What is up, guys? Kim Williams here, and I'm here today in the Muscle Meds warehouse with this amazing product. It's called Aroma Test. Aroma Test is a natural aromatase inhibitor that's going to keep your estrogen levels low. Elevated estrogen levels can lead to three things: a bloated look, which is caused from water retention, increased body fat, and also gynecomastia, which are three things that you definitely want to avoid. So head to the website today at www.musclemedrx.com and try the Aroma Test today.
All right, guys, welcome to Generation 9 Podcast. Your hosts, me, Victor Martinez, Edwin Mejia, and Vlad Yudin. I know you guys are missing one more guy, Esan Farahi, but he'll be back, and I'll be back as well, live, coming to you soon, very soon, all right?
We'll look forward to that, man.
What do we have? I know we have a question.
Yeah. We actually have two questions today.
Two important questions.
Look at that.
So the first question comes from Bishar Asarani 1401. The question about bulking, actually. So he goes, I have a question about bulking since we're in October. We're actually in November now, but he sent this question in October. So what is the best approach? Carb quality, quantity, and how to add mass while also maintaining fat levels stable overall? Tips, training approach, bulking, best regards, thanks. So he wants to know how to bulk, not get fat, but to put on a lot of weight and muscle, I'm guessing, during the time of October, November, the fourth quarter, basically.
Well, so I figure he's definitely up in the Northeast, only because he's going by the change of season. Unlike Florida, California, you can't really have a bulk season. You have to look good all year round. So there's a pro to a con to good weather. That's why I always love the four seasons, Definitely for the bulking, I would have to say do both. Carbohydrates from supplements and carbohydrates from foods. And also, hey, splurging a little once in a while on some bad calories will not hurt. But obviously, binging is not the right way to go because of the qualities. So that being said, definitely try not to do the same program you would do pre-contest. Not sure if you compete, but if you want to build some good quality muscle and also enough time to recover, I will have to say 4 days a week is good. And obviously going heavy helps the mass building. Loading up on the carbs before and after the workout, very, very important. And don't be afraid to eat some pasta. Go a little old school on that. Pastas help. Supplementation, that's a staple. That's a staple with getting big, growing, and mass. And stick to the compound movements. Your squats, your leg press, your bench press, your deadlifts. That always helps. Remember, a lot of guys try bulking, and I see them do a lot of cable movements. It's just not going to compute for the body. You're going to get nice round shaped muscle, but you really have to pulverize the muscle in order to gain that mass and also make the benefits of all those carbs in your system. Let's train hard. Let's train balls to the walls. Let's get that strong hour in, maximum hour 15. You shouldn't linger in the gym. I know these influencer chicks with the camel toes will try to deter you and all that to overdo cardio so you can stare. Defer from that. Stay focused.
That could be another episode talking about that.
No camel toes.
Yeah. The distractions are gonna happen. It's a setup. It's like eating with the freaking apple, man. She set up Adam. It's like, listen, guys, don't look at the apple, man. Look at your goal. Look at the carrot. Stay focused, man. Be the greyhound.
Use it as motivation, actually.
So you said pasta, a lot of carbs before and after. And what about protein shakes? Should we, let's say, should people
have
more
the
protein? Shakes? More protein.
You can have the protein shake, but don't let that be your primary meal. Don't consider that a meal. Again, it is the supplement. Let that be what sustains you by the time you get your meal within the hour. Don't wait for the full meal in an hour for it to be cooked. Even if you take a meal to the gym, have that shake because it's easily absorbed. Whey protein right away. It flushes into your muscle, highly it absorbs even faster. Add some BCA to it. Remember, glutamine is your friend. So just add those to it, and your dark matters, your carb drinks, always important. So but definitely I don't like when guys try to make a shake a meal. That's like, it's not a meal, guys. It's just not a meal. It's a supplement.
All right, so Bishar Sirani 1401, you get this or whatever product you want from Muscle Meds. And we have question number 2, actually. You want to ask this one? But specifically, I want you to ask it.
See, so here we have Choi Sun Test 4425. He's actually shouted me out, so shout out to Choi Sun Test, who's also our winner this week. Yo, Edwin, ask Victor how he would detox or others detox after a show cycle. I don't mean post-cycle therapy. I mean, how did he or others get their livers, kidneys, etc., numbers back to normal? I ask because recently Lee Haney did an interview where he said he used to drink beet juice, pineapple for inflammation, and other things that were natural detox. Hope to see you guys at the Olympia Expo on Friday. I'll be the Mexican guy with the Medusa and snake tattoos on the forehead.
Wow.
I'm sure I will not miss you, regardless if I'm not going to the Olympia, which I'll miss. But to answer your question, there's many things you can do. Some people always refer to detox. When I say juicing, does not mean steroids, okay? It's basically just cleaning out, from having high caloric intake. You do juicing for about 2-3 days, natural juices, green juices, beet juices, you name it, and it all helps. I remember back when I started, desiccated liver was like most important thing. And again, milk thistle, very important. Legalon, very important. Also, one of the things we used to do, I remember, which was, I think we had an episode on it, was colonics. It's not fun. It's not, colonics, sometimes they do have, in some states, they actually have it infused with ozone, basically. Put oxygen in it, supposed to help the liver. Did it help it? I don't know. But guess what? I'm not dying, so it must have helped,
Right.
So, so a lot of those things do help. Drinking water, very important. Stay away from sodas, obviously.
What about IV therapy, Vic? IV therapy.
IV therapy doesn't hurt. All of that is just a plus for your recovery. It's natural. It's supplements, it's vitamins, high absorption rate. It helps. A lot of products in the. I like one of them is rest in peace, Rich Piana. But the organ liver protector, we are not getting support on this. You guys watch this, sponsor the show. But I like the product. I like what it's meant to do. Again, does it work? It doesn't hurt to try it. But definitely Legalon. I always used to buy when I went to Russia, especially when I went to Colombia. You can buy it over the counter, the high grade, pharmaceutical grade, milk thistle, Legalon. A lot of natural fruits. And again, stop taking any oral steroids. That will also put you ahead. When you go off season, when you're trying to recover, taking Anavar will defeat the purpose. Taking anything of the sorts. Also, even creatine. Stop creatine. Stop everything. Let your body reboot. It should help you out. And you should have a clear system. At the end of the day, everything else is basically for the gonads. When you go to ACG and you go with the Clomid, that's different. That's trying to get your body's mitochondria back and drop your balls and all that. Do that too as well.
That's terrible.
Yeah, you don't want to go
balls
that
on
way.
your tonsils.
Well, that is a great response and very insightful. I actually learned a lot about that too from you, Vic. But Choi Sun Test 4425, you're this week's winner. You get obviously your choice of Muscle Meds product. Shout out to Muscle Meds for sponsoring the Generation Iron podcast. They've been the innovators of the muscle beef protein, non-dairy beef protein in the marketplace, and they have tremendous products. So shout out to them.
Yeah, guys, submit your questions in the comments below, and if Vic picks it, you get a prize and the question answered by the pro. There you go.
Now to the good stuff. We are here at Olympia Obviously, we're getting ready for the Olympia this weekend. We're preparing all of our previews. We have all of our previews up on GenerationIron.com for the men's open, men's classic, men's physique 212, all the other divisions. And this brings us to, obviously, the predictions, Vic. Everybody wants to hear from you as to what are your 2023 Olympia predictions. Do you have them ready? I mean, there's a lot of people that fell off this year. I wouldn't say a lot, but a good handful. But what are your thoughts?
Well, talk about falling off this year. I mean, I don't remember this many Olympians dropping out of the Mr. Olympia since, I guess, I think they had that one natural year. But even then, many guys did not, pull out. Obviously, most of them had visa issues, also injuries, health issues, wishing Nick Walker a fast recovery. It was a bad tear. I didn't think it was possible to actually tear that freaking hamstring, but happens to the best of us. I believe I competed at one Arnold in Brazil with a torn hamstring. It wasn't fun, but it's gonna be everybody's gonna move up a spot. With Nick, not one of the top players there. Right. He was 4th last year. Now looking forward, now you're still gonna have the top dogs up there. Hadi. He's just gonna, right now with the muscle bellies, the conditions, I know throughout the year they try to pull out a few anomalies in his physique, but at the end of the day, he's massive. He's one of the most athletic guys up there, and I think he's gonna be a force to be reckoned with. Derek Lunsford, 2nd last year. He's definitely, and again, I'm not doing particular order, but Hadi is the reigning Mr. Olympia, as they say. You gotta knock him down, bring him down. So I hope Derek Lunsford and you have the other guys that they need to match his conditions. Right. His condition is just sick. If you cannot match his condition, again, he already has the mass. Right. By far, he leads so many guys on condition that it's just gonna be pretty hard. Samson Duda, I love his form. I love his balance. Probably one of the most balanced guys up there after Andrew Jack and also Brandon Curry. I think he's definitely going to be up there. He made a lot of improvements. I don't think even in the off season he really gets that far out of shape. So I really want him to redeem himself, come back, and really wiggle into the top 3 up there.
Who do you think will place higher, Andrew Jack or Samson?
Oh man, Samson just outmassed him. I don't know if Andrew Jack made improvements on his back and his legs, but that being said, Andrew Jack connection, just because he has a little bit of cleaner muscle, a little bit more denser, that's about it. But Samson is coming off that win from the Arnold.
Right, exactly.
I mean, if anything, that only adds fuel to your fire, and I think he'll make those improvements that he needed to make from last year.
Do you think Regan Grimes will make it a top 5?
Regan is one of these guys that you see him on social media, it looks great. Then you see him at a show, he's like, he looks all right, when it comes to showtime, and that's when it really matters. He's great for promotion, he's great for social media, great. I mean, but
are you calling him an influencer now? Is that what you're saying?
Sorry?
Are you calling Regan an influencer now? Is that what you're doing, Vic?
I mean, he is, a guy, wow. He's good looking, he's gonna be good for the camera, but at the same time, when it goes to the Olympia stage, you can get crushed up there, Some of these guys can look great all year round. They could be having more, sponsors than anybody else. But as far as competitiveness, that's a whole different story.
Yeah, Regan has an incredible shape. I mean, working with him on Generation Iron 3 was pretty interesting, considering we were there in person, seeing his work ethic. I mean, he works hard. But what would you say would be your top 5? I mean, I know you say you didn't want to provide a list, but what would be your top 5?
Man, so I'll definitely have Brandon, Hadi, Derek, Samson, and I will put Andrew up there.
Got it.
What about
I know Regan can definitely slip into the 6, up there. And who was he competing with? That's right, he's out. Freaking a boy.
Nathan's
out.
Yeah.
You have Brett Wilkins out. You have obviously Big Ramy out. So look, I mean, I think you're right. You need to have somebody knock out the champ, which is Hadi Choopan. But it just goes back to what we were talking in the last episode, is how Hadi and Derek were working out together, which it looks like it's going to be them too in the top three.
Yeah, I think so too. But what about Michael Krizo? Do you think he has a chance to be in the top 5?
I think he could definitely slip in. Again, the last few times, I know he missed that peak condition, but he's definitely one of the biggest guy up there, man. I think he was standing next to Regan in a picture I saw the other day, and I was just like, I don't know. I think Regan was standing sideways, or was he looking straight ahead? I don't know. That's how big and Crisco looks. This guy's just massive,
Right.
And then having the Beetlejuice head makes him look even bigger, which is crazy, Come on, Crisco, take a joke, bro. But no, like his physique, like his condition, and definitely the muscle bellies. He has good, clean muscle, and I would say he would, if anything, he's one of the guys everyone's got to watch out for to slip in if he makes it with the full condition. I mean, he's just crazy. He's crazy looking.
Let's go to the Classic. I mean, we want to get your opinion on Classic. Obviously, you have Chris Bumstead, four-time Olympia winner. You have all these other guys coming up right now. Obviously, you have guys that, still competing against him, like Breon. You have Ramon, of course, who has I saw his recent preview of his physique out of Brazil. Incredible shape, incredible future. What do you think about these guys? I mean, do you think that there's a chance for them to to beat the champ, Chris? I mean, we've been documenting Chris over the course of the last 6-7 months for a new film that we're doing on Chris and his life with the Raw team guys. So what are your thoughts on that? And what is your opinion on the top 3?
Again, you're trying to knock him down. It's going to be pretty hard. He's right now dominant. If anybody can do it, Ramon can. But Ramon's got to stop being so damn friendly on that stage, man. Listen, man, you got to go for that win, man. Stop being so, so passive and so, stop bowing down, man. Go in there to crush him. Go in there to beat him. People behind you, remember, are in Brazil. These guys are hardcore competitors, man. Keep that competitive edge and he's got to believe that he can beat, Chris Bumstead. But Chris Bumstead right now, he's at the helm.
Yeah, which arguably this is the division that people are going to be tuning in for, right? Because you have the men's open is always exciting, but the Classic Physique division this year, and to me, at the very least, is the most competitive one. At the very least, right now, you have these 3 guys vying for that top position. Ramon, looks incredible, but it's going to be. I've never seen someone as dedicated and as zoned in as Chris. And you always see and you hear bodybuilders saying that they're very disciplined and very, very, zoned in. But Chris, watching him and working with him the last year here at Generation Iron has been incredible. This guy is dialed in every day.
I'm a big fan of Terrence Ruffin. We just saw him in Mexico recently, and also of course Breon, is a good affiliate of ours. But I'm a big fan of both of them. But I don't see anybody beating Chris this year or actually next year.
They
as
look
well.
great. Go ahead.
I don't see anybody beating him. I just don't. It's unrealistic, I think.
No, they look great. These guys look great. But again, it's all about who made the improvements from the year before, who's maintaining that winner look. And like you said, this is the buzz. The Classic Physique is the buzz.
100%.
If they divided each event into an individual event to stream, I think the Classic will dominate all of them. They'll generate the most money. But
Right.
In a 212 division, do you see anybody beating Sean Clarita? Are you familiar with any other competitors?
Yeah, no, Sean's that's Sean's, man. Sean's just only one guy that can go into the open, crush a few guys, take a few names, and come back. And right now he's at the top of the heap. The top of the heap, knows when to train heavy, stays focused all year round. New baby on the, arrived. Come on now, he's got to win this for the babies.
What, Hidetada Yamagishi's back competing?
Yeah, I think he did 212 before. But yeah, I think that you're right. Look, Sean is someone we've followed here closely. Obviously, the guys at Mutant, big friend of ours. Shout out to Mutant. as well.
Sure.
Sean is really dialed in. He's someone that I thought might have some difficulties last year, considering he was competing. His wife was not with him
Yep.
during the show, and that
Right.
was the first time he's ever competed without having his wife around. But Sean, I mean, the guy is so dialed in as well. And then seeing him and how focused he is, and in Matt Jensen, the way he works with Matt, and his coaching there, I mean, it's pretty hard to beat, in my opinion.
No, I think he's definitely going to hold on to it, and it's going to be a while. I mean, until he calls it quits. But right now, he's definitely he's going to live up to that name, Giant Killer.
Look at it. This is men's physique division. This is the most stacked lineup out of every other divisions. This is crazy.
Yeah. So if people will see the preview on Generation I, you see this lineup is stacked. I mean, this is obviously the most, in my opinion, also the biggest toss-up out of all the divisions because you have so many competitors. You obviously have guys like, Aaron Banks, who we were with in Mexico City. Really cool dude. Really well dedicated athlete. You have guys that have been competing in the industry for a while, like Brandon Henderson as well, former champion. Andre Ferguson, and then you have Jeremy Buendia coming back.
Wow, that's
What
big.
is your opinion of this division?
Right. Jeremy coming back, man. This is gonna be a big year, and plus the switcheroo they did in the earlier shows with the Ferguson and sorry, I can't remember his name. That he just got beaten. Last year's Olympia winner.
Brandon Hendrickson.
No,
Brandon Hendrickson. Yeah. So that's gonna be something to watch. But Jeremy Buendia, I think, is also gonna be the buzz in the men's physique, and he was looking great. I think he's gonna stream it down a little bit because he did a pose the other day, most muscular. He was looking almost like a 212 competitor, But when you drop the water and you streamline it a little bit, I think he still has that look. He has a small waist, shoulder to waist ratio is great, and. Let's see, man.
I wonder what kind of energy Jeremy Buendia will bring to the Olympia because he had some friction, like physical. I think it was a physical altercation that he actually had with Brandon Hendrickson at one point.
Yeah,
and I think Andre Ferguson.
Buzz, man. At the end of the day, these guys, you gotta remember, when these guys have a little beef when it comes to anybody in bodybuilding, physique,
Right.
Believe it or not, a lot of these guys tend to make up and.
Of course.
I
wonder, like, if Jeremy is gonna be. I don't mean like he's gonna fight anybody physically, but I mean like he's gonna be aggressive on stage. Is gonna be like, again, what kind of energy would he bring?
Aggressive, yes. Jeremy Buendia definitely will come in aggressive again. He's very competitive. You gotta remember, what was the hiatus? How many years? Like 6 years?
I think a little less, but yeah, at least 4.
Yeah.
I think 4.
Oh yeah, almost like 5, right? So, but I think he's good enough to definitely come back and make a statement. And looking forward, I'm gonna stream it wherever I'm at. I think I go to Paris tonight, but definitely gonna stream it. And
Or you can watch it on. Obviously, people could go tune into Generation Iron. We have a complete breakdown and detail of how and where to watch the Olympia. Obviously, Olympia has this pay-per-view. You will have to go and shell out about $75 to watch the pay-per-view.
If you don't want to pay, you can get like play-by-play recap of everything that's going on.
Yeah, so you can get a play-by-play, or you could just watch it on pay-per-view and also watch it on YouTube. A lot of YouTubers, I'm sure, will be talking on the events and on the women's.
Yeah, well, I have a few friends that they were trying to call me and tell me they're gonna watch it live from their phones and attach it around their neck, hide it. I don't know.
Yeah, no, let's support the Olympia.
Guys, don't do it, man. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Yeah. We support the Olympia. We support Dan. And we appreciate those guys.
Exactly.
Guys put in a lot of work, and we will be tuning in. I mean, shout out to all the competitors. Obviously, quick note: Miss Shaw, Andrea Shaw from Miss Olympia. She is a champion. She is someone that I don't see losing either. So I think that she is up against some really good competition as well. But shout out to her and the Mutant team there too.
And Natalie's gonna come back, I think, and crush it, man. I think the last time she was out of shape, she was born. This girl, she's just amazing. Yeah. And even then, she was probably born with a 1-pack, but still, she's going to be, she's always in shape, always great. Love running into her and her mom, but it's going to be a great Olympia. And again, guys, please buy your tickets, buy a scalp, whatever you need to do. Just don't call me and ask me for tickets, all right? Because I better get one when I'm there, okay?
Oh yeah, and then one last shout out we're gonna give to Jacqueline Baker. She's competing in the fitness division against.
Fitness, we can't forget the fitness guys. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
you got the fitness team. You have
Oksana coming back.
Oksana's coming back, I think. You have Ariel Kadar, who's a big fan of ours, and we were a big fan of hers. She's someone we always root for here, and obviously we have a few others as well, like Missy Truscott and Jody Baum, Sarah Kovac. So there's a big list.
You just named the top 5 right there, man. You just named the top 5, and I think if you could slip in Abby Bolton there again. I know she's one of the newbies. She's definitely going to work hard for her one of the best routines. But Jacqueline Baker, come on, you were so close last year. Missy Truscott, I mean, her physique is just unparalleled. She just looks great. And also great routine. But the fitness is always a great show to watch. I tell everybody, if you have tickets to fitness, do not walk out, hang back, check it out, guys. I'm telling you, very inspirational. They have to die like us bodybuilders, train like us, train like us bodybuilders, and at the same time, tumble and flip across the stage. Just think about it.
Real quick, Vic, one last question. Do you think that, or do you believe that Nick Walker can ever win an Olympia after this injury, leaving him out of the 2023 Olympia? What do you think?
Again, I don't know how bad the injury is, but given an Olympia history, many injuries have occurred and many guys have bounced back. Is this injury bad where it's going to distort his physique? He's just so massive, man. I don't see him not recovering only because he's so young. So he can still recover from this. But it's one of those things where I tell people, when you get closer to the show, don't train heavy. Don't kill yourself. Once you're there, about 2 weeks out, I know you want to keep the momentum. I know you think you're going to shrink, but you're not, You're only going to get drier, and your muscle is just going to get more, brittle. So any false move, and also, one of those concentrated holds and squeezes and negatives, those are the ones that will do you in. When you get closer, don't be shy to go light, man. And your light, remember, is somebody else's heavy.
It's true. That is true.
Cool.
All right, Vic. Well, I think we done with the predictions. I think we pretty much unraveled it all.
So you guys are going, right?
Yeah, well, so we'll be there with our team, obviously covering the events, and we're excited to make sure, to get that coverage. Everybody tune in to GenerationIron.com. For those that are not going to be there, we have live, up-to-date coverages on everything for every division at the expo, at the events, for Friday prejudging, Saturday finals as well. Just tune in to GenerationIron.com for more.
All right, Generation Iron with the updates, everyone. You heard now. Now, guys, thank you for watching this week's podcast. Please remember to watch any other past podcasts. Tune in to iHeartRadio, Apple Radio Podcasts, anywhere, wherever you stream your podcasts, And until next time, guys.